Yo, what up, y'all? Let's jump into how to kill this hard gluttony boss. Now, this dude is super annoying. Pretty much all of his abilities literally one-shot you. So, he definitely is a little bit of a task to accomplish, but once you guys get the mechanics down, once you get your survivability up, you should be able to kill this guy no problem. Now, one thing I will say, I'm not going to say Ultimate Valby is a necessity to win this fight, but I'm going to tell you right now, Ultimate Valby makes this fight so easy. So I'm going to get into the build, I'm going to show you guys the mechanics and show you guys pretty much what you want to do. Now, what I will say too, this guy, literally all of his abilities will one-shot you if you're standing still. So you better keep on moving. Like, as you'll notice in the video, I'm going to be rolling a lot. I'm going to be moving a lot. Because I'm going to tell you right now, he has like 3 different abilities that can just literally one-shot you. I tried this on Ultimate Ajax with 50,000 life. I tried it with, 100,000 defense, still getting one-shotted. So I can tell you right now, it's probably not going to be so much about how much life you have. I mean, it does help, having a lot of life, but I think it helps more just to try to not be stationary and just try not to get hit by the abilities in the first place. So jumping into the build, so I'm doing this on Ultimate Valby. Now, the Descendant mod that I used was absolute 0, so the bubbles that you shoot back at them, they don't bounce off of the ground. Now, you can use also the tidal wave one, which is really good, but I thought this one was good too. So pretty much when you're sending those balls back at them, instead of them bouncing off of the ground and like going a different direction, they'll actually just explode on the ground next to him. And then you'll still be able to get the cooldown on his arm with that module. So I think that's a really good one. And then the rest of them, we're just going to be trying to get skill cooldown and maximum MP. So basically the strategy here on Valby, you're going to be trying to shoot all of the cooling balls back at him. So that way it cools down his arm. Now what happens is once he powers up his arm enough, that's when he puts it in the air and he just one-shots all you guys, and then the mission is just over. So ultimately what you're going to try to do is get as much MP and as much cooldown as you can. And then you're just going to keep on shooting those balls back at him the entire time while the rest of your team tries to do damage. Now, again, the tidal wave, this one's really good for it too. Because basically what'll happen is instead of you leaving behind trails whenever you do your third ability where she kind of goes around with the water, it'll actually just go through monsters. It'll make it really easy to kill the adds. And then it'll make it really easy for you to grab the MP. So what you'll notice in this fight, you'll be running out of MP a lot. You'll have to run around and try to get the blue MP balls. And then you'll continue to try to shoot the snowballs back at them. So I kind of like this setup a lot. Now as far as HP, I have about 18,000. A lot of it comes from my modules. But like I said, I've done this with Ajax with 50,000 life. I've done it with a bunch of defense. The man still one-shots you anyways. So what I would say is just try to probably get over like 10-15k HP, but you just don't want to get hit at all. So you might want to roll around. If you notice that he's targeting you, you want to try to zip out of the way, keep on rolling, keep on dodging. As far as weapons, it would probably be most ideal for you to try to get some fire weapons. I mean, I'm using my fire tamer with a secret guardian, but if you have like a Greg's, an ensuring legacy, enduring legacy, that one's really good. There's a couple way better guns than the tamer for you to use, but like I said, whatever is your strongest weapon that has fire on it, I would use that. But yeah, ultimately this build is what helped me beat it. Now, again, I feel like Valby is almost a hard must in order to beat it, because it makes it really easy for you to shoot the snowballs back at him. And then what you'll notice in the fight is that you can actually kind of dictate where the balls go. So I think Valby is just way too good for this fight. Now once you kill him, you'll get these Hungry Sonic attachments. And then if you notice that ability in the 4 set, each time you hit him with a unique weapon, you'll actually get more MP back. So I think that the Hungry Sonic, it's almost like they're dropping this specifically for Valby, because instead of you having to pretty much run around and then look for MP the entire time, you can actually just pull out your unique weapon, so the little gun that shoots the balls, and then you should be able to get MP back that way as well. Now, jumping into the fight. So what I will say with the fight, since pretty much everything one-shots you, people are gonna go down. You know, I did this solo, you know, just finding random players. People are gonna die, you know what I mean? So like in the time that it was taking me to complete this fight, you know, people are dying. You know, it's either the mission's over in like 10 seconds because people are dying, or, you know, a couple people die and then people leave the game. There's no point in leaving the game. Trust me, there's gonna be so many people that go down in this fight. You guys are better off just playing it out. You know what I mean? Even in this clip where I, you know, end up beating them here, we probably have like 10 different people go down. I think like 2 people went down in like the first 10 seconds. But trust me, just play it out. You know what I mean? There's no reason to leave, because you leaving and restarting isn't going to change anything anyway. So jumping into the fight. So ultimately what's going to happen? He's going to spawn these little ball energy reservoirs that spawn these balls. What you're going to want to do as Valby is try to shoot these snowballs back at him. So if you notice his arm is going to start turning more purple and more purple and more purple. And that means how much energy he has until he does the one-shot ability and kills you guys. So what these balls are doing is they're cooling them down. So what you want to do, you're going to use your first ability, and you're going to keep on using that over and over and over again and trying to send the balls back at him. Now, you can actually control the balls mid-air with this ability, so that's why we want a lot of cooldown. We want a lot of mana, so we can keep on doing this ability over and over and over again and try to get the balls to hit them and cool them down. Now, what you can also do is you can shoot the balls, which are going to shoot them at him faster. You know what I mean? So if he's standing still, or, you know what I mean, you threw your ability and you got a good angle on it, you can kind of shoot the balls to get him over there a little bit faster. Now, even with all of the mana and all the mana regen and recovery that we have, you're still going to have to kill these roly-polies on the ground, and you're still going to have to pick up the blue mana balls because you're just simply going to run out of mana. So, you know, like I said, you want to be dodging, you want to be sticking and moving, because pretty much all of his abilities literally one-shot you. And if it doesn't one-shot you, it's definitely a 2-shot, so you just kind of don't want to get hit by that at all. Now in the first phase honestly is pretty easy because he spawns these reservoirs pretty close. Now each phase that you enrage him and you guys go into the next phase, he's going to respawn these reservoirs, but he's going to push them back further. So it makes it a little bit harder to kind of manipulate those balls to hit him because it's further away. Now in this phase, once he enrages, what you want to do, these purple balls are going to do damage to him. So once these get close enough, you want to shoot them right when they're next to him. Now you don't want him to absorb them, because if he absorbs, I think it's 2 or 3 of them, I'm pretty sure it's like 3 of them, he actually is just going to end the game. So what you want to do is try to time it perfectly to where the ball is close enough to him to do damage, but you don't want to let him absorb them. And what I mean by ending the game, so let's say that you let him absorb like 2 or 3 balls. Ultimately what's going to happen is he's going to charge up his gun, he's going to have enough energy, he's going to do this move right here, and you guys just instantly lose. So yeah, you want to keep on hitting him with those cooling balls, and then once he's in that purple ball phase, you want them to get close enough for you to explode them and do damage, but you don't want him to absorb them. Now what you can also do too, so like a purple ball, it'll spawn out with a couple snowballs next to it. You can use the first ability there that we're throwing the balls with. You can use that to throw a couple snowballs with the purple ball, and it kind of creates a chain. And then when they're chained together like that, and you shoot the purple ball next to them, then it explodes and it does more damage. So you definitely want to try to chain the balls together and then shoot them when they're close, and then it'll do way more damage. So as you can see here in the second enrage, he pushes those reservoirs a little bit further back. So now you actually have to kind of run over there, push the balls, chase the balls, and kind of manipulate them into him in order to keep his arm cooled down. And this is where it starts getting hard. Like, once I started, understanding the mechanic and kind of, seeing what's going on, it was a little bit harder, once you started pushing them further back, because you have to have enough MP to shoot the ability enough to even, follow the balls all the way over there. And you also have to dodge his abilities and not take damage at the same time. So it's definitely a pretty challenging fight, especially if you guys don't have like team coordination, or if it's people's first time, they don't necessarily know the mechanic. It definitely could get pretty tedious. So that's why I was saying with Ultimate Valby, it kind of makes it pretty easy to do this, because without Valby, you guys will ultimately just have to stand behind those reservoirs and shoot the balls back at him. And yeah, it's kind of hard to aim them, honestly, especially when he's moving around, he's doing abilities, so many different things one-shot you. It definitely can get pretty challenging. But like I said, if you got the Ultimate Valby, I would definitely try this method, because this is what worked for me. Now, two Ultimate Valbys makes it really easy, because one person can actually stand by the reservoir and shoot the balls initially, and then the other person can follow the balls and kind of dictate them into the boss. So kind of makes it easy with two Ultimate Valbys. Now, as you can see, as it's pushed further back, it's a little bit harder for those balls to get to him. So you could do the ability, chain the snowball and the purple ball together, and then wait for them to get to him, and then you explode it. Now, a lot of the times what I was seeing when I was doing this, people were just shooting the balls out of the sky. They weren't letting them get close enough. You have to let those get close enough and do the damage, or he's never going to come out of that in rage. And then eventually he's just going to do the one-shot ability, and you guys are going to lose. So hopefully this video is helping you guys out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button, so that way everybody can see the video. If anybody that's having trouble on hard Gluttony, he definitely gave me a problem for a good 2 or 3 hours, but once I got the right team, once you find people that kind of know what they're doing, I don't think it's that bad. And then of course, people that aren't just instantly dying in the first 30 seconds of the game, then that's kind of when the boss gets pretty fun. Now, as you can see in the last phase, the reservoirs are spawned so far back that you have to like shoot the ability, and then you have to like chase the balls down. But as you can see, I got froze by it a couple times, so you still can't even touch them while you're like chasing them down. So it definitely gets interesting. And then you have to actually kill these roly-polies, find more MP, and you're trying to do all this while cooling down his arm, so then that way he just doesn't end the game. And as you can see, like in this, we actually got pretty close to losing. His arm got pretty pink there. We had a couple people down here 1 second. So we actually got pretty close to losing, but as long as you guys, can maintain cooling down his arm and not losing completely, you should be good. Now, as far as like Descendants, I think 2 Ultimate Valbys will make it super duper easy. And then after that, I would say just try to go damage or go support. So maybe like 2 Lepics, 2 Glaze, a Glay and a Lepic, maybe like a Lepic and a Luna or a Eugen, somebody that can get the reses. Because like I was saying in the beginning, people are gonna die. Like, it's just inevitable. So there's no point in rage quitting and leaving the game, because people are gonna die. Like, his abilities are just far too overpowered. You know what I mean? So you guys just have to get those reses, keep on doing the balls, keep on cooling them down. Then eventually he gets into that enrage, and then you guys just do that final phase, and then you guys are chilling. So again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll have more First Descendant videos. As always, I appreciate you guys checking out the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.